Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Ariana from Blacksheepmeet, and today I am deciding to do something a little different, just like a little mid-month check-in, because I know I do my Flosstube updates at the end of the month, and I'm trying my best to be a lot better about these things, because my apparently theme of the last month or so has been getting out of the comfort zone. So I'm gonna try this. I was gonna sit here and stitch anyway, so I might as well come on and stitch with all of you, have a little chat. I do stream on Twitch. If you are new here, I am a Twitch streamer. I do a lot of crafting and some gaming over there, but I definitely have a much higher energy vibe going on, and sometimes it can be a lot for a lot of people, especially in the crafting community. There are people who enjoy the chaos, and there are some people who are like, I just want someone to stitch with. I just need someone to like be chatting in the background, very nice and calm and quiet. So I figure I can bring that vibe over here, since my YouTube videos are fairly much that, since it's just me kind of talking to all of you. So let's give this a try. I am gonna be working on the Pale Elf by Chrisabug from threadgeeks.uk. And this particular cross stitch is of Astarion, who is a character from Baldur's Gate 3. It is a D&D based style game. It's very good, very long, very popular. But I am definitely, I got a little bit of a crush on Astarion. So when I saw that this was a cross stitch, I had to get it, and I had to stitch it. So that's what I'm working on. This particular project is a past WIPGO goal. If you don't know what WIPGO is, it is basically bingo for your works in progress, put on by Jessie Marie Does Stuff. And I originally had a new start for April that was pulled, but I didn't want to start anything right now, so I decided to pick this one up because I did start this with only 92 stitches and I hadn't stitched on it since then. So I figure, why not just work on this and get some progress in and make this a WIPGO goal. So I have to do 2,000 stitches. This is on a 25 count easy grid, and I am doing 2/1 tent stitch. And yeah, so all my large full coverages have about a 2,000 stitch goal basically. And I have already been stitching on this for a few days now, so I'm pretty close to the 2,000 stitches as it is. But I might as well, like I said, sit and finish it out with all of you. I don't think I'll finish all the stitches right now. I just wanted to kind of hop on and do a quick little blurb video here. But this will be done probably by tomorrow for sure, and then I can move on to another project that I have a goal on for the month of July. Let me see where I'm at real quick, because I am lost. I am not marking off my pattern, which is my problem. So let me get these marked off real quick, and then I should be good to kind of chat for a bit here. All right, there we go. So I guess I'll just kind of chat with what's going on this week, what's happening. There is some exciting new stuff going on. I have been trying out a new style game that I wouldn't normally play called Stellar Blade. It's an RPG with a bit of Souls-like fighting. And basically what that means is that it's a role-playing game, lots of story, and the fighting style is kind of like where you have to fight bosses and enemies, but with the bosses in particular, you have to memorize their move sets and practice the timing of when to hit them and when to block. when to get out of the way. Normally I am very terrible at these games, but I kind of gave it a chance and I'm having a ton of fun with it. It is challenging, but for me right now, it's challenging in a good way. So that's something that I've been exploring at the moment. But also another thing as far as crafting goes, I was invited to join in by my friend Heather Bizzo to do a round robin with her. And I was like, sure, let's do it. So I signed up for the round robin that Jason is hosting here on Flosstube. I forget his YouTube name at the moment, but last night was the very first meeting of it. And I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous because it's the first time I've been in that kind of a situation with people outside of Twitch. So it's a little bit of a different environment. And that's kind of hard to explain if you're not in the Twitch community and then in like the YouTube side community. This was my first time experiencing that. So I was very nervous. And basically we were meeting up to meet with some of the people we'll be stitching it with in our group for a round robin. If you don't know what a round robin is, it is basically where you pick a project and everyone kind of stitches a portion on one project. And then once you finish your portion, you send it off to the next person. My kids are home on summer school. I'm sorry if you can hear that. But basically you send off your projects to the next person and then they stitch the next portion on the project. So sometimes it can be the same projects and then sometimes it can be a completely different project. There's been a lot of different workarounds with it. Sometimes it's where you pick one that you have. You don't want to UFO it, right? Is that the term I'm looking for cross stitch? Unfinished object. So you want to have it done, but you don't want to work on it. So you put that in the group and everybody picks theirs. And that way everybody else works on it for you. So by the time you get it back, it should be completely done basically. So that's one way to do it. Another way is you just all pick the same project. Some people will provide the floss and other times people will say, pick whatever color you want to stitch your spot in. So we're doing the first meeting about it yesterday, and I think we were talking about it wasn't our full group that was there. We were missing a person in our group, but it sounds like I'm gonna have to deep dive into some ink circles maybe. I think ink circles is such a great designer for round robins like that because they're symmetrical and they're small stitches. So it's kind of very manageable and easy to do for this kind of thing. So that's my plan for the rest of the week. There's another meeting on Sunday and I want to make sure I have some ideas by then. So I'm not mad about exploring some more some more cross-stitch projects to dive into. I'm kind of open to whatever the design is that is chosen, or if we get to pick our own. I'm open to all of it. I'm just excited to try something new. And when it comes to group stuff, there's always going to be someone who doesn't like something. So I'm pretty good at being neutral. So I'm just going to keep myself in a neutral stance and go with the flow. It's just going to be fun, I think. So I'm looking forward to what everyone decides to stitch on and getting started. I'm really excited to get started on it. I've also been participating in Monopoly. And Stitching Monopoly is basically a Monopoly game. And you get to pick a list of 22 projects, and then it lines up. The numbers are located on the board randomly. So you take your turn, you roll the dice, you take your turn, and whatever property or spot you land on collates with a project or a certain thing you're supposed to do with stitches. And it's been so much fun. I have been waiting for my turn to come up every single time. And it's usually not a lot of stitches. It's usually somewhere between like 200 to like 500 or 600 or so stitches. So it's not too terrible of how much you have to do when it is your turn, but it helps you get your progress on your projects. Especially if you put projects on your list that are ones you may have not worked on in a long time, or you're not ever in the mood to like pick something for yourself, where it's like hard to decide, like you want to stitch but you don't know what to stitch on. This makes it so easy to do something like to decide basically. So I've been having a ton of fun with Monopoly, and I'm not sure when we're gonna finish our game, because we've been going with our game for a while, and I feel like there's a couple of us that have a great opportunity to beat the game. So if it does, I'm gonna be kind of sad, because then I'm gonna have to go back on a wait list and wait to get on another board so I can keep playing Monopoly. I think I'll definitely play another round for sure. But if anyone's interested in that, it is in a Discord server. Discord is a community-based platform, so most Twitch streamers use it for their communities, but it can be utilized in a lot of different ways. But it is a Discord server, so you can go in, you can they have chat rooms basically, and you can share pictures and videos, and you share your pictures of your project and everything like that. So if anyone's interested, feel free to comment and I can forward information. But that has also been a ton of fun, is the stitching Monopoly, and I've been getting a lot of progress on stuff. Just doing a couple, I want to say usually I do about 1,000 plus stitches a month just playing the Monopoly alone. So that's been a great motivator. I normally don't have the biggest issue picking projects to work on. I usually have a lot of goals, and so the goals are what keep me very motivated. But it's nice to have that random like stitch on this right now, which is kind of why I'm enjoying WhipGo a bit as well. Apparently I'm just into stitching games. I'm just into the stitching games right now. But I like the randomness of it all, I guess. It takes out the guesswork. It makes it easy. It tells me how much I need to do. So, I mean, if that's something that you like, I highly recommend joining in on one of these or all of them. So that's going on this week. Another game that I need to catch up on is Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's a very cozy game, especially if you like Disney stuff. And they have a new, what they call event, and it's when they release limited edition items, from like furniture to outfits and things like that, and you have a period of time to do these daily quests to get points, and then you use your points to redeem all the limited edition items. So I've got about halfway through the items, and I need to sit down and play a little bit more so I can get the rest of them. So far, every event I've completed, and I can't stop now. I have a big case of FOMO, fear of missing out, and I can't allow myself to miss any. So I do only play the game when the events start, so it kind of keeps the game still very interesting to me. But they've done a really great job with that game, because I know it seemed a bit gimmicky since it's Disney, and a lot of people just thought it was going to be like a hype craze for a minute and then die away. But honestly, it's still going really strong, and they are doing a lot with that game. They update it a lot. Let me count real quick. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Sorry if anyone else is counting with me. So that'll be a weekend relaxed time thing for me. And then I do have 2 more goals, 2 more Stitchy goals for July. And one is New Normal. New Normal I'm trying to finish by the end of the year, because I started that quite a few years ago, and I would love to have that done and completed and finished. It's just one of those projects that I look at and I'm like, why am I still working on you? You're not that big. You should be completely done at this point. So I decided to make it a yearly goal, and honestly, it's been helping so much. I think I have about 10,000 stitches left, which is really exciting. So I'm going to work on that one. Probably, that probably might be my last project this month to get my goal on, because I really want to work on Black Roses. And Black Roses is also another one that I want to finish by the end of the year. It was a new start this year, so that's something that hasn't been around very long before I made the goal on it. I think I started in December, so I figure I would make it an end of the year finish, because I just fell in love with it. I've fallen in love with it. It's gorgeous. So I'll probably work on that one next after I finish the goal on this one. And I can't wait till that one's done. The only thing I'm not sure about is that the queen in that image, in that stitch, I want to make her dress with a different thread, and I haven't fully decided which thread I want to use for her dress. I do have some Krynic that I got because I want her to be really sparkly and pretty. So we'll see. I'm gonna do a little bit of stitching on her in the different ones and see which one I like the most, but she's gonna be last. I will finish the rose garden at the bottom under the cathedral before I stitch her, so that way I can just decide at the end what looks the best. So that'll be my next project goal. And then I have been doing some diamond painting. I caught up to this month's I guess goal that I have to meet. I was behind a few sections, and I finished those sections. So I have 4 more sections to do for July. So I definitely want to keep up with that so I don't fall behind again. So there's a little bit of crafting project progress I need to get done still. But again, we're still pretty early on into the month, which is nice because time has been flying so quickly. And I feel like I blink and the months just disappear this year. So I'm kind of glad that it's still very early in July to get a lot of whatever I have left done. I don't feel too stressed at the moment about it, which is really nice. Otherwise, I don't really have much else going on this month. I do have a friend celebrating a birthday, and I know my mom's birthday is at the very end of the month, so I'm sure we'll do something for her then. But it's a quiet month, and I'm not going to complain because it's been actually a very chaotic year for me, and I feel like it's been really tough to kind of get a breather in lately. So the fact that now things have calmed down, I'm really trying to take advantage of the calm, because I know it's just going to pick up again very soon. So if you need this reminder, if you have time to take for yourself, take it. Don't think about those dishes and the laundry and, whatever big major things, that are going to take time. Like, if you have a minute to sit down and relax, do it. We all need to take a minute to ourselves to be able to do everything else at our highest mentality. So as of right now, I'm trying my best not to put extra things on the plate just yet. I mean, there's stuff I'm still working on, right? There's stuff I still want to try and do, and there's a few small things I got to get done, but I'm trying to take my time on it so that way I'm not stressed about trying to do everything at once, which is a big problem for me. So I guess we'll see how July continues to play out. Like I said, I can feel it going to pick up again soon, but I'm going to take advantage of the calmness while I can. That's mostly it. I mean, other than the books that I've been reading, and I do talk about those in Flosstube as well. I'm in the middle of one book, and it is a romance book, but I don't know, it's kind of reading like YA right now, and I'm listening to the audiobook. I don't think I like the audiobook, but it's too late now. I'm like halfway into it. So I might as well just finish it through the audiobook. But if you're gonna read it, I believe it's called Kingdom of Villains. If you're gonna read it, don't listen to the audiobook. But it's basically about a girl who's a princess, and she finds this man in her kingdom's dungeon one day, and turns out he's the Seelie of the Fae, the unseelie Fae prince. And so she ends up releasing him, and it cause and effect. So it's pretty interesting, but again, it's reading very YA. So or at least the way the narrators are reading the characters, it makes it seem very YA. But don't get me wrong, this is an adult fantasy romance. So don't get any illusions. There are some adult things in there. So I've been trying to read that, and I went a stitch too far. I've been trying to read that, and I've been in. I was saying the other day, I've been in a little bit of a reading slump because the audiobook I'm listening to, it's good, but I'm not invested. And then the other one I'm reading is the What Lies Beyond the Veil series of Flesh and Bone, and that one I'm on the 4th book, and it just got really boring. It got very, very boring, so I'm kind of slowed down on it, even though I'm on the 4th book. They have a new book coming out next year, so I have time to read it, but I do want to find out what happens, but I'm not in particularly concerned or invested in what's going on at the current moment at all. So again, it's just, I've been kind of bored. Been kind of a little bit bored with the reading. I think I just gotta either push through the one that I'm about to get through on the 4th book, or just listen to some audiobooks for now. We'll see. All right, let me finish this thread. I'm almost done with this thread, and we have about, I was talking way longer than I realized. But I hope to do a few more of these. I think these are kind of fun. They're good ways to catch up with everyone. And you can kind of hear about what's going, I don't really talk about what's going on in my Flosstube videos anymore. Just because I feel like most people are there for just the progress. They're there just to hear the numbers and see the progress and the goals and everything. So I figure this would be an easier spot to kind of just talk a little bit more about other things happening right now. Because sometimes there's nothing happening, but there's a lot of times where everything's happening, and I don't want those videos to be like 2 hours long, you know? So I figure if you're just needing a stitch buddy for a little bit to finish off some stitches, I hope this helps. I hope this helps a lot. I will tell you right now how much stitches I have gotten. I think I said I started with 400 and something. I'm currently around 661, so I think I got at least a good 150, 200 stitches. That's some pretty good progress for about 25 minutes of talking. But we're gonna finish off this thread and call this a video. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for popping in on this. Hopefully I keep up with it. I sometimes start things and I'll do it for a little bit and then I never do it again, or I wait a long time and then I do it. But I'm really trying to, like, again, I'm really trying to be really good at doing stuff like this. So thank you for hanging out with me today. And I hope that you got a lot of progress on your project if you were crafting or stitching along with me. Again, I don't know if I'll post another one of these before the end of July, but hopefully I see you at the end of July, beginning of August in my next Flosstube video, and I'll show you all the progress that I've been getting all month and all the numbers and the normal things that we talk about in those videos. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, or July, depending when I see you again. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.